See, I'm a teacher. And when I teach, it's not about what I thought about what I said. It's about what you got value from. It's about the ahas, the BOL, breakthrough out loud, the yana, you are not alone. All those moments of engagement, man, that just makes me so, so happy. I think the question that I get the most is, Lisa, how do I discover my purpose? Or how do I rediscover my purpose? It's so difficult, Lisa, to move forward. What's the process? How do I get back to me? What should I do? I've even gotten emails and messages saying, I don't know who I am. Well, first of all, been there, experienced that. I remember in 1997, Jelani was 3 years old. And as I was just telling my team in a conversation, I looked up and somehow I had lost who I was. I knew I was Jelani's mom. I knew I was someone's girlfriend. I knew the employer that I worked diligently for. I knew who I was as a community activist, but I lost who I was as Lisa. I lost sight of who I was becoming and who I wanted to become. And as a result, my doctor said these words, Lisa, you are clinically depressed. What? Me? Didn't make sense. I'd already been a motivational speaker for 3 years. How could I be depressed? Those words don't seem to go in the same sentence, motivation and depressed. But I lost who I was. So I want to share with you this. Number one, your purpose evolves with you. So the thing you may have done 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 20 years ago, that thing that drove you, it might be complete. You forgot to graduate yourself. I think we have far too few graduations in life. I think we need to graduate far more often and have more graduations as adults. You may have graduated from raising children. You may have graduated from that series in high school. You may have graduated from this cycle of thought, belief, and mindset. Now it's time for something else. People want to discover their purpose. You may want to discover your purpose. I don't think you discover a purpose. I don't think you find a purpose. I think you uncover a purpose. I think that the things that you do naturally that bring you joy, literally, many times people think that they're not big enough to be called a purpose. But what is purpose? Purpose is something that you contribute to the planet that it wouldn't get in a particular way if you weren't here. Purpose doesn't mean it has a lot of likes on social media. Purpose doesn't equate with there's a lot of followers. Purpose doesn't equate to it makes you a lot of money. Purpose doesn't even equate to it's glamorous. That's not. All of that's marketing. Purpose says you do this effortlessly, and it brings value and adds value to those who happen to be blessed enough to cross your path. So number one, I say, let's not try to go and find purpose. Let's uncover purpose. What brings you joy? What do you do naturally? And oh, by the way, it doesn't scream loudly initially. You don't do it and goes, yes, this is it. Do me forever. No. Man, if you told me when I was talking to the administrative staff of DUI facilities, as I'm there as their customer service rep, teaching them how to work on this new thing called a computer. Yeah, I'm gonna date myself. But I put the first computers inside of DUI facilities way back, almost 30 years ago with the company that I worked for. And when I would go in, I'd say, this computer is gonna simplify your life. And everyone was so nervous. I asked my boss, can I just spend an hour inspiring them before I teach them the computer? And my boss said, okay, I guess so. And I spent an hour inspiring them before I taught them about this big, scary machine. And in that hour, something woke up in my belly. I enjoyed inspiring them. So I called my boss back in about 60 days and I said, I think they need 2 hours of inspiration. They're really nervous. He goes, okay, do 2 hours. In 2 hours, I would inspire them. And that thing woke up in my belly again. And then I said, so boss, if I agreed to come in a day early, can I spend half a day just inspiring them? on my own time. You don't have to pay me. And then the next day we start the training. He goes, okay. So then my 2 hours went to 4 hours. And that thing woke up in my belly again. I didn't know that that young woman at 24, looking to inspire the administrative staff at DUI facilities so that she can help them install computers, would be this woman standing in front of you. So your purpose, it will evolve, it will morph, it will expand. But what you have to commit to do is to stay in action. Purpose isn't discovered while you're docile. Purpose isn't discovered while you're stagnant. Purpose isn't discovered while you're sitting and thinking about purpose. Purpose is uncovered when you're in action, doing the things that feel like they might feel good, doing the things that feel like they're going to be in service. And then something jumps in your belly and you just walk in that direction. But you have to be in action in order to uncover the next best version of you. Remember, this show is not just a monologue. If you're new here, welcome home. This is a place where we have delicious, dynamic dialogue. So I've done my part. I've shared a little with you. Now I want to hear from you. What was aha for you? Have you been discovering that purpose? Have you been working to discover that thing? And did you realize, Lisa, I didn't think of this. Or, oh my God, that is so me. That's so Yana. You are not alone, Lisa. Or BOL. I realize now that I got to do what? Talk to me. Tell me what that is. I hope I give you value. And the value that you give me back in exchange is a dynamic dialogue. So please, leave a comment below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. What you waiting on? And always look out for more delicious conversation. After all, this is your home. And we right here, we're your tribe. And I'm your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And every single time I say, can you say it with me by now? That I believe in you and that I love you. It's because I do. I'll see you real soon.